The subway platform pulsed with the usual end-of-day chaos. Commuters stood packed shoulder to shoulder beneath flickering fluorescent lights, the air thick with the mingled scents of city sweat, metallic dust, and cheap takeout. Everyone was in a rush to get somewhere, eyes down, earbuds in, minds tuned out. Jamal stood near the edge of the platform, his navy work jacket zipped halfway against the summer AC chill. His calloused hands clutched a thermos of lukewarm coffee, untouched since lunch. He was tired, but used to being tired. It came with 10-hour shifts and too many bills. Still, he always kept his eyes open in public, partly out of habit, partly out of caution. Then he noticed her, a woman, a white, maybe mid-20s, was weaving through the crowd a few feet away. She looked overwhelmed, one hand resting on the curve of her visibly pregnant belly, the other trying to keep her balance. Her dress clung to her knees, and sweat dampened her forehead despite the cool air underground. Nobody moved to help her. They never did. When the train thundered into the station, brakes screaming like metal claws, the crowd surged toward the doors. Jamal stepped aside, blocking a taller man's impatient advance with a firm shoulder. He looked directly at the woman and gestured with a small but kind nod. "You first," he said. She blinked, caught off guard, then managed a smile as she stepped forward. "Oh, thank you," she murmured, brushing past him onto the train. As she moved in, Jamal followed behind, placing himself near a central pole. He held on loosely, letting others jostle for seats. He didn't mind standing, never did. Just as the doors hissed closed behind them, a gruff voice cut through the bustle. "Some of all still got manners, huh?" Jamal didn't turn to look. He'd heard it before, but words heavy with meaning, spoken low enough to be deniable but sharp enough to land. He stayed silent, eyes forward. Then, before the train could even lurch into motion, he heard a soft gasp. The woman he had given way to swayed, her hand slipping from the metal pole she grabbed. Her knees buckled, her entire body crumpled like a puppet whose strings had snapped. She hit the floor, gasps erupted, people froze. One or two instinctively stepped back, as if the collapse were contagious. Jamal was the first to move. Of course, here's an expanded version of Scene 2, with the heading removed and the pacing, tension, and emotion deepened. Jamal dropped to his knees beside her without hesitation, his thermos clattering to the floor and rolling beneath a seat. The woman lay on her side, her face paled, lips slightly parted, her body twitched, arms jerking in unnatural, rhythmic spasms. A seizure. For a split second, the train car stood still, like the entire space had gone silent, breathless. "She's not breathing," a voice shrieked from the corner, full of panic but not precision. "No, she's just seizing," Jamal said sharply, hand steady as he turned her gently onto her side, angling her head to keep her airway open. "Get me some room." The crowd backed away instinctively, some flattening against the train doors, others fumbling with phones. One man raised his iPhone, already filming. The camera lens zoomed in on Jamal's hands, his dark skin stark against the woman's pale face. "What happened?" a woman murmured. "He was the last one near her," someone else whispered. Jamal heard it. He always heard it. No matter the situation, there was always that pause, that suspicion. But he didn't flinch. His focus was on her. Her fingers had curled tightly into fists, her legs trembling now. She was still convulsing, but her breathing had picked up, shallow, ragged. "But there, I think she's okay," Jamal muttered more to himself than anyone else, his voice low and calm, trying to reassure maybe her, maybe the crowd, maybe himself. A young woman with glasses crouched beside him. "Yeah, I called 911. They're sending EMTs. We're still at the station." "Good," Jamal said, not looking up. The train operator's voice crackled over the intercom. "We're experiencing a medical emergency. Please remain calm. Assistance is on the way." Behind him, someone still had the camera rolling. "Are you filming?" the young woman snapped. "Yeah, and if she doesn't make it, that guy's gonna need alibis." She literally just passed out and he helped her. She fired back. "Put your damn phone down." Jamal didn't respond. He didn't have time for the politics of panic or the racism of assumptions. He counted the seconds between the woman's shallow breaths. watching her carefully. Slowly, her body stopped jerking. Her chest began to rise and fall more evenly. She was coming back, but he could feel Ida's eyes on him, suspicion still thick in the air like smog. One moment he was a stranger offering a seat. The next, he was a suspect. That's how fast it changed. He stayed where he was, crouched beside her, one hand lightly on her shoulder, not to restrain, but to reassure. His other hand trembled slightly, the adrenaline catching up. The train hadn't moved an inch, but the entire world had shifted.